Hello, welcome back. This is week 4. We did have a increase this week, a 4% increase, which is good. However, the volatility was higher. We did have on Tuesday, Wednesday, just a bit of, going back to where we were on last week, but then we ended up recovering that. Just just typical volatility I have to deal with. But we did get a really good gain on Thursday and a good gain on Friday. Closed my position, so no positions held, besides the SPY. But besides that, we are, up 10%, so very good. Over here, let's see. So comparison from last week, and see this week did start off quite low. I mean, we were kind of inching down, just basic FUD and annoying stuff, and then we basically got back up, so easy hold. And then last week we ended around like 6-7. This week around 4%. So you can see we are outperforming NASDAQ by quite a bit. We outperformed this week by 1%. However, this week only 40% of days we outperformed. Overall, it's quite high, 63, and we are close to 6% outperforming, so very, very good. SPY is also, we're outperforming by a greater margin. Over here, you can see we almost doubled the week. Actually more than doubled. So you can see, and also 40% of the week, really the last 2 days. And overall, we are outperforming by almost 7%. So very good. And the outperforming days are 58, so that's also relatively high. Over here you got Dow, so Dow is one of the worst ones at the moment, so 1% this week, and overall it's at 1.67, so close to 9% outperforming, around 8.3, so yeah, 8.33. But yeah. Over here, 8.33. Yeah. So over here you have everything, typical setup over here, QQQ, SPY, Dow, and then us are on top. SPY, QQQ have done very well this past like 3-4 weeks. It's gone just straight up. The sharps on them are like really high. Overall, the sharps are pretty low for SPY, but just these last 3 weeks have been, or 4 weeks have been relatively high. But I mean, it's probably not going to hold. We'll have to see that. So each day we have 0.53, so that's increase from last week. Here we have the week, so really Thursday, Friday, really big gains. Or one of the biggest gain day we've had, right, for this quarter, around 9% on Thursday. And then you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday kind of did take a hit there on -5, but in the end it was fine. Over here, so our green to red, so this decreased a bit from 50-50 to 47 right now. I closed the trade, so we're at 75%, so this is very good. And then our mean gain and loss, so here we have for each day, right, so we're typically gaining around 3% on the green day and losing -1.7, so that's really good. The only problem is our standard deviation is quite high because of that one day on Thursday, so it's around 3.3. SPY also has higher gains than its losses, but its standard deviation is really low. Its standard deviation is, you can think of it as the exact same as its gain days, and we're also in that range. You can see 3.27. It's around 3, so we're close to that. But we still have a lot higher standard deviation. Over here, so we got the ratios. So we still have better ratios in SPY. So we're winning, losing respectively. We're managing that better. But we theoretically could have our losses decreased to -2.65, or our gains decreased in 1.94 to have the 1.15 ratio. So we have quite a bit of margin there. I wouldn't want to get to those levels right now. So you can see here the difference did decrease slightly, and the standard deviation did increase quite a bit. So it's around 600% greater, so 7.2x. And kind of what I said before. Our gains, SPY standard deviation gain is 0.45. It's equal to its gain percentage. Ours is 3.26, and it's close to. It's a bit higher than our gain, but it's like around there. Let's see. So mean transactions, this decreased a little, 0.47, and this also decreased none. I think we only had one. And then here the beta. So the beta did increase by a lot. I'm not too worried because the beta did increase by a lot, but also is our gain. So if we have high gains and our beta is high, then that it's okay. Which is kind of why our alpha only decreased by 1%. So we're currently at 4%, so that's quite good. But I think last week we were around 5%, so I'm not too worried. Just got to keep those gains higher if we want a higher beta. And then here you see basically the overall return. So we're at 10%. It's been 4 weeks or something like that. So 4 weeks, 10%, really good. Currently I'm hoping I closed all my trades, so might open some new stuff. Last week was the most eventful week. Upcoming week, I guess, earnings season, but not as much as before. Not much to go. Hoping to have another winning week, and see you next week. So, bye.